Blanche. Well, anyhow, I bought a nice clothes and I'll wear them. I guess you're hoping I'll say I'll put up a hotel, but I'm not going to put at a hotel. I want to be near you. Got to be with somebody. I can't be alone because, as you must have noticed, I'm not very well. Her voice drops and her look is frightened. Stella, you seem a little bit nervous or overwrought or something. Blanche, will Stanley like me or will I just be a visiting in-law, Stella? I couldn't stand that. Stella, you'll get another fine together. If you'll just try not to, well, compare him with the man that we went out with at home. Blanche, is he so different? Stella, yes, a different species. Blanche, in what way? What's he like? Stella, oh, you can't describe someone you're in love with. Here's a picture of him. She hands a photograph to Blanche. Blanche, an officer. Stella, a master sergeant in the engineer's corps. Those are decorations. Blanche, he had those on when you met him? Stella, I assure you I wasn't just blinded by all the brass. Blanche, that's not what I... Stella, but of course, there were things to adjust myself to later on. Blanche, such as his civilian background? Stella laughed uncertainly. How did he take it when you said I was coming? Stella, oh, Stanley doesn't know yet. Blanche, frightened. You haven't told him? Stella, he's on the road a good deal. Blanche, oh, travels? Stella, yes. Blanche, good, I mean, isn't it? Stella, half to herself. I can hardly stand it when he is away for a night. Blanche, why, Stella? Stella, when he's away for a week, I nearly go wild. Blanche, gracious. Stella, oh, when he comes back, I cry on his lap like a baby. She smiles to herself. Blanche, I guess that is what is meant by being in love. Stella looks up with that radiant smile. Stella? Stella, what? Blanche, in an uneasy rush. I haven't asked you the things you probably thought I was going to ask, and so you expect you to be understanding about what I have to tell you. Stella, what, Blanche? Her face turns anxious. Blanche, well, Stella, you're going to reproach me. I know that you're bound to reproach me, but before you do, take into consideration, you left. I stayed and struggled. You came to New Orleans and looked out for yourself. I stayed at Belle Reve and tried to hold it together. I'm not meaning this in any reproachful way, but all the burden descended on my shoulders. Stella, the best I could do was make my own living, Blanche. Blanche begins to shake again with intensity. Blanche, I know, but you are the one that abandoned Belle Reve, not I. I stayed and fought for it, bled for it, almost died for it. Stella, stop this hysterical outburst and tell me what's happened. Do you mean fought and bleed? What kind of... Blanche, I knew you would, Stella. I knew you would take this attitude about it. Stella, about what? Please. Blanche slowly. The loose. Stella. Belle Reve. Lost. Is it? No. Blanche. Yes, Stella. They stare at each other across the yellow checked limonene of the table. Blanche slowly nods her head and Stella looks slowly down at her hands folded on the table. The music of the blue piano grows louder. Blanche touches her handkerchief to her forehead. Stella. But how did I go? What happened? Blanche springing up. You're a fine one to ask me how it went. Stella. Blanche! Blanche. You're a fine one to sit there accusing me of it. Stella. Blanche! Blanche. I, I, I took the blouse in my face and my body. All of those deaths, the long parade to the graveyard. Father, mother, Margaret, and the dreadfully way, so big with it, it couldn't be put in a coffin, but had to be burdened like rubbish. You just came home in time for the funerals, Stella. And funerals are pretty compared to deaths. Funerals are quiet, but that's not always. Sometimes their breathing is hoarse, and sometimes it's breathless, and sometimes they even cried out to you, "Don't let me go." Even the old sometimes say, "Don't let me go," as if you were able to stop them. But funerals are quiet, with pretty flowers, and oh, the gorgeous boxes they packed them away in. Unless you were there at the bed when they cried out, "Hold me," you'd never suspect there was a struggle from breath to bleeding. You didn't dream, but I saw. And now you sit there telling me with your eyes that I let the place go. How in hell do you think that all that sickness and dying was paid for? Death is expensive, Miss Stella, and old cousin Jessie's right after Margaret's hers. Why, the Grim Reaper had put up this tent on our doorstep. Stella, Bell River was his headquarters. Honey, that's how it slipped through my fingers. Which of them left us a fortune? Which of them left a cent of insurance even? Only poor Jessie. 100 to pay for her coffin. That was all, Stella. And I with my pitiful salary at the school. Yes, accuse me. Sit there and stare at me, thinking I let the place go. I let the place go? Where were you? I bet with you, Pollack. In bed with your Pollack. Stella springing. Blanche, you be still. That's enough. She starts out. Blanche, where are you going? Stella, I'm going into the bathroom to wash my face. Blanche, oh, Stella, Stella, you're crying. Stella, does that surprise you? Blanche, forgive me, I didn't mean to. The sound of men's voices is heard. Stella goes into the bathroom, closing the door behind her. When the man appears and Blanche realizes it must be Stanley returning, she moves uncertainly from the bathroom door to the dressing table, looking apprehensively toward the front door. Stanley enters, followed by Steve and Mitch. Stanley pauses near his door, Steve by the foot of the spiral stair, and Mitch is slightly above and to the right of them, about to go out. As the men enter, we hear some of the following dialogue. Stanley. Is that how he got it? Steve. Sure that's how he got it? He hit the all-weather bird for $300 on a 6 summer ticket. Mitch. Don't tell me don't tell me him those things. He'll believe it. Mitch starts out. Stanley. Restraining Mitch. Hey Mitch, come back here. Blanche. As the sound of the voices retires in the bedroom, she picks up Stanley's photo from the dressing table, looks at it, puts it down. When Stanley enters the apartment, she darts and hides behind the screen at the head of bed. Steve, to Stanley and Mitch. Hey, we're playing poker tomorrow? Stanley, sure, at Mitch, hearing this, returns quickly to the stair rail. No, not at my place. My mother's still sick. Stanley, okay, at my place. Mitch starts out again. But you bring the beer. Mitch pretends not to hear, calls out, "Good night, all." He goes out singing. Eunice's voice is heard above. Break it up down there. I made the spaghetti dish and ate it myself. Steve going upstairs. I told you and phoned you where was he was we was playing. To the men. Jack's beer. Eunice, you never phoned me once.